Hi, everybody. Welcome to the virtual open house. My name is Eric Nelson, and I am your son or daughter's world history teacher. Um, just to start out, I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. Um, I have an English degree from the University of Iowa. I have a law degree from the University of Illinois, but this is a career change for me. And in fact, this is my first year as a teacher. I student taught here last spring here at LT and feel very, very fortunate that I was hired back this year to teach world history. Um, Personally, I'm married. Um, I have a son who's in eighth grade. I have a daughter who's in fifth grade. We live here out here in the western suburbs. We've been out here for about 11 years now, and we were in the city before that. Um, so, like I said, very happy to be here at LT and excited to get the year going. Next, I just want to talk a little bit about how the course is set up and exactly what your kids are going to be doing this year. Um, when I was a student in high school, my recollection of social studies classes and history classes in particular was it was kind of a passive experience for students. And things aren't really like that anymore. We like to get the students a lot more involved, a lot more active. So they're not just sitting here listening to my voice. I'm sure they get tired of it. I know I get tired of the sound of it. So what we really do is we're trying to teach the kids both content and skills. So obviously they're gonna learn the history content, but they're gonna apply that content to some skills. So for example, analyzing historical sources is a skill that we're going to work on with them. Developing and supporting historical arguments or claims is another one. Cause and effect relationships, connecting historical events to the modern era. These are all some of the things that we're going to be working with them on, some skills they're going to develop using that history content to apply to those skills. Or rather, maybe a better way to look at it is to apply those skills to history content. But either way, we like to try to get the students involved, try to get them active so that they are not just sitting and listening and watching. There's definitely going to be a big project-based component to the units. So typically, the units that we're going to look at this year are going to be, there's going to be a content component. Probably the beginning part of the unit is when we're going to deliver a lot of the content. And then the second part of the unit is going to be very much project-based. So the kids are going to be working on things, making things, creating things, writing things. And they're going to be doing that both individually and in groups. So that should kind of give you an idea of what the sort of the class is going to be like, what the students are going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Now, obviously, with remote learning, things are a little bit different this year than they have been in the past. In fact, they're dramatically different. Who are we kidding? Things are significantly different than they have been in the past. And that, obviously presents a lot of challenges for everybody, certainly for me, but for the students and for you, the parents. So some of the particular challenges that we face, maybe the biggest challenge I think that we face is creating a community in the classroom. Students get to know each other. They get to know me and I get to know them by being in the classroom together. And it's one of the best parts about being a teacher is getting to know the students. When we're doing remote learning, that becomes much more challenging. So one of the focuses that we've really been putting an emphasis on the first part of the course here, and we'll do it periodically throughout the course, is just building that classroom community and trying to get to know them, allow them to get to know me, and also for them to get to know each other. So, on a remote basis, we can do that in a number of ways. We've done some community building kind of activities. But one thing that we like to do a lot is use group work or breakout rooms on the Zoom calls. So the students are getting grouped together so that they get a chance to talk to each other and get to know each other, because, you can't really talk to your neighbor on a Zoom call very easily like you can in person. So that's one of the things that we're doing. We're using other tools, little activities, little game-like things kind of getting to know you, questionnaires, um, anything that we can think of to try to build that community, to make the classroom feel at least a little bit like a normal classroom. We're doing that, and hopefully it won't be too long before we are all back here together in the classroom. But until then, we'll continue to sort of try to make this as much as we can like a normal classroom experience. A couple of things I want to direct your attention to on the LT homepage. There's a Parents tab, and if you click on that tab, it should give you directions to find your way to Infinite Campus and to Canvas. So Infinite Campus is where you can find information about grades. Now, not all of the grades that are recorded in Infinite Campus will count towards the student's actual final grade. Summative assessments on Infinite Campus will count towards the grade. Formative assessments will not. But anytime you want to find out about grades, Infinite Campus is your stop. The other one is Canvas, and that's really our portal for all the day-to-day classwork. The students are directed to visit their Canvas pages all the time. We have kind of a daily schedule. We have a number of other links, documents and slideshows and worksheets and things like that that they use on a day-to-day basis. Those are all linked in Canvas. As parents, you also have the ability to access that page just to see what's going on in the class. But again, Infinite Campus for grades, Canvas for classwork, and those are good ways to kind of keep track of what's going on in your son or daughter's world history class. The last thing I'll mention is contact information. Please don't hesitate to contact me at any time. There's designated times set up both before and after school where I can, I'm happy to have a phone call or even a Zoom if you have any questions or concerns or anything. Best way to reach me is just through my LT email. It's enelson. You can find me in the directory. Reach out at any time, and I'll answer your question via email. And if we need to talk more, we could talk on the phone or set up a Zoom meeting. I think that's about all I want to cover for now. I know I would imagine that you probably have all watched a number of these presentations tonight, and I don't want to ramble on too long. But just kind of in closing, I'm very excited to be here. I know this year is a little bit unusual and definitely challenging, but I feel really, really good about the dedication of this administration and this department and these teachers to make this a really good and productive year. And I'm very happy to be here and excited to get started. Thanks. Have a good evening.